Prosperity team, it's Dr. Money coming to you from the prosperity corner of the universe where silliness is sacred and nobody's perfect. I am your POP, your professor of prosperity, and I'm here so that all of our lives can pop with prosperity. I just read a story I wanted to share with you. I have heard this a long time ago, yet every time I read it, I'm inspired. How many of you have heard of Phineas Quimby? Maybe you have, maybe not. He is actually credited with starting the New Thought movement. And if you don't know, New Thought movement is really about using the power of our mind, but it has a lot to do in its genesis with the ability of our mind-body connection, that we can heal with our mind. Phineas was very ill. He had tuberculosis, and he had been taking some kind of medicine that the doctors were using at the time, which had mercury in it. And he got so ill that his teeth fell out, and he just at some point said, I'm going to quit doing all this. So we're using leeches, a lot of things that we would probably not do today. And he was ready to die. A friend of his told him that he was healed because he rode horses. Now, Quimby was so ill, there was no way that he was going to be able to ride horses. So he decided that he would get a carriage. So he gets in a carriage, and he is riding along in the carriage, and just very sick. And the horse stops. Well, the only way that he could get the horse to go was to go up and lead him. He'd have to move him, and then the horse would move. But then, of course, he was too weak to really run and jump and get in the cart. So he would go a little ways longer with the horse, and then the horse would stop. And then he would walk a little ways further. But he was so exhausted after a little while that he just he lay down in the cart. He saw a farmer, and he called the farmer over, and he asked the farmer if he could get the horse going. So Quimby sits in the driver's seat and takes the rein, and the farmer gets the horse going. Well, Quimby starts to feel a little bit excited, and he just starts driving that horse to go faster and faster, whipping his reins, and the horse does go faster and faster. And when Quimby gets home after this exciting ride, he feels fine. He feels well. And what he came to realize was that it was the activity and the excitement that healed him. And that shows the power of the body-mind connection, because he was in a state of exhilaration and happiness. Has that happened to you before? You're laying down, and you feel, I never know whether to say lay or lie because the whole chicken and the egg thing. So anyway, he was horizontal. Have you ever been horizontal and just not feeling all that great, and somebody calls and asks you to do something, and maybe it's something really fun? It's gone. Or sometimes I've gotten up and I felt ill, but I had some idea for a new chapter in my book or a video, and bingo, I feel fine. And so it's this really excitement. What is excitement? Excitement is energy moving. It's not stagnated. It's flowing through the body. And when our energy flows through the body, we have what? More energy. You've heard me, I don't have any energy. But when we're excited, we have a lot of energy. And that energy is intelligent. It's synced up with the mind, and it goes to our body, and it helps heal our body. I'm not saying this works all the time. Probably doesn't. But it does point to the fact that we influence the way we feel and the way we heal by our thoughts and our emotions. I think that's ultimate prosperity, and that is an abundant living, and that is true health. As we age, there tends to be more and more things that go wrong, little things, big things. And so I hunt down healing techniques, and I'm always looking at YouTube videos and stretching and fascia and vagal nerve. There's just so many things that I go into because of aging. And many times I watch the video and I get excited about the video and I feel better and I've not even done the exercise. I haven't even done what it said. It's just, or I'll buy a book and I get very excited about it and I feel so much better. I don't even read it. And so it is important to keep that energy moving. That is the dynamism of abundance and prosperity, and that is the movement and the flow. Now, of course, there is a stillness, and we all pay homage to the deep stillness within. That's the birthplace of all ideas. That's the birthplace of energy. That's the birthplace of living. And so we do recognize that there is a time and space for stillness, and that stillness, just all about stillness. If you take the ST away from stillness, you get illness. So we want to put the ST in front of illness so that we can have stillness, because that stillness is also a healing experience. But the stillness of the emotional body, the stillness of the mind, which is healing, is not the same thing as keeping our body still all the time. It's not the same thing as inactivity. It's a deep stillness that we can access whether we are moving or whether we are still in our bodies. So we acknowledge that there is a deep stillness that we always want to reference ourselves back to go to rest in, to be still and know that I am this infinite source. And yet, for the body, and when the body gets out of sorts, if we get excited and excited about something passionate in our life, and we get moving, then what happens? We often feel better or even get well. This is Dr. Money. Our burdens have lifted, our cares are few, our joy is unlimited, and I love you. Does that make you feel a little better? Let's take a deep breath together, and as we breathe in our good. And as we exhale our intention that all other beings receive their good as well. And here you go. I'm going to seal this with a kiss.